Yeah. Welcome to the Balking Dead, where there is no sleep for the motherfucking wicked. And this show, as you already know, and if you don't know, is sponsored by Prize Picks. Go on over there, use promo code Pub Sports for your first match deposit up to $100. They will match you whatever you put in. So 25 gets you 25, 100 gets you 100, and flip it into some real money, man. Let's get into these four games today we got going. We've got four on the board, and we're going to start off with some Padres at the Reds. Back to backs, baby. Back to backs. And this team just faced each other 5 days ago with the same pitchers on the motherfucking mound. So let's get into some Musgrove versus San Martin. Musgrove has been good, but also he's gone up versus three teams not hitting right-handed pitching. And yes, he gets to face this team again. That's not hitting right-handed pitching. Bottom of the fucking league, and we'll get into those numbers. Versus walk, they are 13th in walk percentage, third in strikeout percentage at 27%, guys. 27% is where we look to place strikeout props. That's where our eyes start to go. Like that, like the Rock status. I can't do one. The Rock says, but yeah, 27% not good versus strikeouts, okay? 30th average, 30th OPS versus righties. They fucking suck right now. They are not hitting the ball. His K prop is at 6 plus, minus 152 on my bookie, and on Prize Picks it's at 6. He did have 7 Ks in every back-to-back start last year. He had 3 back-to-back starts where he faced the same team. He had 7 plus strikeouts in every game. So I don't hate anybody looking at that, especially versus this team that is striking out versus that type of percentage. Even though it's a back-to-back, he says he can do it. On the other hand, every game he pitched in last year, 3 games being back-to-back where he faced the same team in the same 5-day period, he gave up 3 runs or more. So I do see him giving up a few runs today, and I would be looking at his fantasy score over 31.5. Even giving up 2-3 runs, he can still go 6 innings, which is the quality start. And like I said, the strikeouts should still be there. So fantasy score is going to take in the strikeouts and the runs for you. And I think he can get that over. But I also don't mind looking at his K prop. Other hand, San Martin, guys. He's been cracked 2 out of 3 games this year, including last week. 5.1 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs versus these Padres. And I think he's in for another long day. He has a career 4.4 ERA, and he relies heavily on deception. He doesn't have overpowering stuff, and he relies on hiding the ball from you. You just seen him 5 days ago. You ain't hiding fucking nothing with your non-overpowering ass, bro. So they already got you for 5. Let's be realistic. I could see another 3. Let's be real. 5 is a lot, so let's give him 3. And San Martin's going to get pounded, guys. Versus left-handed pitchers, the Padres are 7th in walk percentage, 18th in strikeout percentage, 14th average, top 10 OPS. Damn. So once again, they just seen him 5 days ago. These numbers were a lot better until they just got Kershaw. And you can't fucking hate that. They got an elite pitcher that dominated them, so it dropped down their hitting numbers a wee bit. Well, they're about to go right back up because they get the guy they just cracked 5 days ago, and the guy is not an ace, guys. He doesn't have elite stuff. So, tough day for him. His K prop is at 4 plus minus 148, and it's at 3.5 on Prize Picks. I don't like running K props on guys going back to back, guys. But Musgrove showed he can do it, so I don't hate that. On the other hand, like I already said, he relies on deception. He's not an overpowering guy, so I'm not looking at a guy that doesn't have strikeout shit to back him up with strike. I'm not trying to get lucky, guys. I'm trying to win money. So I'd be looking at fading this guy, 17.5 fantasy score under, guys, because I don't expect him to go 5 innings. I don't think the strikeouts are going to be there. And like I said, he's given up 3 runs. So I see him for 3 runs, not going more than 5. And this right here, guys, is an easy under to me. San Martin, thank you. Moustakas, guys, he's batting 410 at bats versus Musgrove with 3 home runs. Votto's batting 389 and 18 at bats with 2 home runs. Both of these are ice cold like this fucking Pub Sports Radio beer right next to me with the foam in it. They're fucking cold. Moustakas has been so bad that they didn't even put him in the lineup last time versus Musgrove with those good numbers. So, fuck. The only guy I'd be looking to run on this Cincinnati team, Tommy Pham, guys. He went off versus the fucking Padres last week. This is his old team. He is on a revenge tour, especially versus the Padres, to tell them, fuck you. So let's get on that fuck you train, guys. And we're going to look at his home run plot plus 600. Definitely looking at that. And his 2+ bases is at minus 103. No, that one's Machado. My bad. I didn't write down his. I'm looking at his home run prop straight up. I think Tommy Pham takes Musgrove yard today, and plus 600. Beautiful money on that. So Cincinnati's bullpen's 23rd, and they're 0-3 in save chances. So they've blown every fucking save opportunity they've had. Padres are 20th, and they've blown 3 out of 8 saves. So that was before Rogers. Also, they have 1 blown save with Rogers. So if they get to Rogers, Rogers is elite. He is one of the most dominant closers in all of baseball. Their other part of their bullpen is shaky. So I'd be looking at running some bats on both sides in DraftKings today, guys. I'm seeing some runs. I know it's a low total, and I know a lot of people think Musgrove's going to be good today, guys. And good is 3 runs, 6 innings. That's a quality start, guys. And I could see that from him today. But like I said, he's given up 3 runs or more every time in a back-to-back last year. But since he ain't been hitting, that's the only fucking since he's sucking. So what's going to play out today, guys? I like to think it's going to be his pass. Shout out to the chat. Ricky Bobby, I see you. Big dogs in there. Smash the fucking like if you haven't. Hit the retweet. Hit the share. Get some fucking people in here. If you're in Twitter land, hit the link. Come say hi. Put your bets in the chat. Put your Prize Picks best bets in the chat if you got them. Because we need some money, guys. Next game out might be rained out, might not, but it hasn't been canceled yet, so let's get to it. And even if not, they'll pitch again tomorrow in a doubleheader, and we'll have a breakdown for it. So I love this pitching matchup. We got the Marlins at the Nationals. We've got Alcantara versus Josiah Gray. Alcantara's 1-1 with a 1.86 ERA in 3 games, all versus top 10 hitting teams this year he's faced. Last year, he was 1-1 versus the Nats with a 2.7 ERA, 1 bad and 1 great start. His home road splits are different. Everybody's going to bring them up. He has a home 2.41 and an away 4, and a day 1.87 and a night 4. Guys, a 4 ERA is good. That's less than 3 runs in 6 innings. That's what you got to realize. That's 7 innings and 3 runs. That's a 4 ERA. Cool. I can see a solid start from Alcantara. And his K prop is at 5+ minus 143 and 5.5 on Prize Picks. There's no value on Prize Picks on that K prop when the books are giving you 5+ at minus 143. The Nats this year, they're 24th in walk percentage at 7.4 versus righties. They're seeing the ball well, and they're middle of the pack in strikeout. 14th average, 18th OPS, so their hitting numbers not too much to be worried about. Let's get into Josiah Gray, though. Oh, well, one thing about that. I do like his fantasy score over 27.5, Alcantara. Like I said, I expect a good quality start. I don't know if the strikeouts will be there. So the 4 strikeouts and a quality start gets me easily over this 27.5. Alcantara is an ace, and they give aces like Rodon and Burns 34, 36+. So you're going to give me a stud pitcher that I expect to go 6+. Give me him, please. Josiah Gray. He's the piece to the Scherzer trade, guys, and he's finally showing some fucking signs of being a major league pitcher. Finally showing some signs. But is it really? He's had back-to-back starts versus Arizona, who can't hit, and the Braves, who are middle of the pack versus righties. So is he really showing the signs, or is he not? Right? So Marlins this year, 22nd in walk percentage, 12th in strikeout percentage, top 7 average, top 8th OPS. Josiah Gray's finally getting a team that can hit, guys. So I think there's some regression coming. Josiah Gray was not good at times last year, most of the time last year. And I think this year it's due to the teams he's gone up against. Prove me wrong, dude, because I'm glad the Dodgers traded you at the moment. We got Trey Turner and Max for a half a year, and thank you. Josiah Gray, thank you. You have not shown to me that you're a major league pitcher, even though you've shown to my guy Noli, because I know he probably on the under here, because he love him some both of these pitchers. So some people like him. Me, on the other hand, I need to wait and see. You need to prove me a little bit more. So his strikeout prop is 6 plus minus 136 or 5 on Prize Picks fantasy score 25.5. Like I said, I'm not looking to run him at all. I think he gets hit today. I think that 25.5 fantasy score is super, super sharp. I think it's right around 25, 27, and I'm not trying to fuck with nothing that I don't have a couple points advantage over. Even on a strikeout prop, I want 1.5 advantage. I'm not trying to play a prop where the guy hits it by 1. Like, no, that's no, bro. I want to smash these props, guys. So 6.5 minus 136. Nah, but Prize Picks, there's value in it if you want to take the 5, but I'm not looking for just value on the juice. I need value with the numbers, and they are walking and middle of the pack striking out. So I expect Josiah Gray to be out of the game within 5 innings. So long day for Josiah Gray coming. Miami's bullpen, their 16th ERA. Washington's pin's 21st ERA. They both have 1 blown save and 5 chances. So they've been at an 80% chance of closing the games out if they can get it there. I do trust Miami's bullpen a lot more. So that right there is just a personal opinion. Juan Soto in 22 at-bats is batting 364 with 2 home runs off of Alcantara, guys. His 2+ bases is at plus 149. That's disrespectful to a guy that's hitting this guy so well. His home run prop is at plus 500. So disrespectful. So if this game doesn't get rained out, I will be putting my money on 2+ bases plus 149 on some Juan Soto today. I think he gets a hit off of Alcantara, and it might be a dinger, guys. So, damn. Chisholm, on the other hand, 7 out of 13 games this year, he's had 2+ bases, and he's at 2 plus 141. You're hitting at over 50%. That should be a minus 110 line. They're giving you mass value on plus 141. This guy stretches singles into doubles, doubles into triples. So can't hate anybody looking to ride on some Chisholm plus 2+ bases today over there on my bookie with some really good value, in my opinion. We got 2 more games on the board, fellas. 2 more. We got Cubs and Braves, and then the Mets and Cardinals. Let's get into this Cubs and Braves. But smash the fucking like if you haven't. Let's go. We need some fucking likes in here. Stroman versus Max Fried, guys. Stroman's coming in 0-2 with an 8+ ERA and a 1.65 whip. That's the disturbing part. He hasn't made it past 5 innings in any games yet this far either. Once again, to his control, falling behind in the count, not been helping him. Braves versus right-handed pitching. They're 16th in walk percentage, 11th in strikeout percentage at 24%, 16th average, 11th OPS. Like I said, the whip has been his problem. The falling behind in counts has been his problem. And I think he's going to have a little bit of a good game today, guys. I think he can go 5 innings plus, and at 14.5 outs, that's taking out the runs, his strike, all that other crap, bro. I think Stroman goes 6 innings plus today. So I'm going to be on Stroman's outs because that's just the easy. Like I said, I want more than 1.5. And that right there, I'm getting 3 outs to what I have him projected over to. So I think the Braves walking at 16% in the league, that is going to be the key right here. If they can lay off of Stroman, they will get to him. If they can't take their walks and they are very impatient, they're going to have a good day. So I am turning to lead towards Stroman having a good day, especially after the last few games. He's had some bad games, guys, but guess what? He's a quality starting pitcher, and averages tend to come out, bro. So I expect a bounce-back game after these last few bad outings. Max Fried, on the other hand, It's coming in off the best start of his young April career of this year. But he went against the Dodgers, guys, and we were on him. We were on him tough first that day, and the Dodgers just can't hit a good lefty pitcher. So it was a really good setup for Fried, who was coming in off of 2 bad starts. Like I said, the averages come back like I expect with Stroman, the averages to come back. Max Fried averages came back when he went up against a crappy team versus the Dodgers who can't hit a lefty. They're a great team, just can't hit a good lefty pitcher. He has a 3.5 ERA and a great whip of just 1, guys. At 3 games now, he gets the Cubs versus left-handed who are 16th in walk percentage, 14th in strikeout, 11th average, 9th OPS. This is the best hitting team on numbers versus lefties that he's going to face, and I expect Fried to bounce back to a good start, but not an elite start. I could see 6 innings, 2 to 3 runs, which is a quality start, but I think Stroman matches him today for whatever he goes out and hand. I think Stroman's pitch for pitch, if not better today. But then you get into the bullpens, and the Cubs bullpen is elite. They're top 10 ERA, but two out of 7 blown saves. So they've closed it out 5 out of 7, not bad. Where the Braves have the 27th pin ERA and have also blown 2 out of 8. So their middle of their pin is shaky. Jansen has been good for them this year. So once again, once these pitchers get out, I don't hate in looking at any bats. Fried strikeout prop. They have them at 6+ -112, 5.5 on Prize Picks. There's no value to me taking a plus money prop. That's plus money. 6 to get 6 is plus money. I'm not looking in there. Like I said, 30.5 fantasy score is a little too high. But if anything, I would look the over than the under on that because I do expect 6 innings from the guy, which will get him a quality start. But 3 earned runs and the strikeouts that I don't know if the strikeouts are going to be there like they were last week. So definitely think Stroman and Fried, Stroman's going to have the better end here. Albies is batting 385 and 12 at bats for Stroman. He was hot until the last series, guys. Then he cooled off. So maybe this is what he needs to get back going. Swanson, he's batting 455 and 11 bats for Stroman. He's batting 172 this year. Ice cold like the beer next to me. No way am I looking at some Dansby Swanson. There ain't a bunch of numbers versus the Cubs versus Max Fried, guys. Patrick Wisdom, on the other hand, 7 of his 12 hits have been a extra base hit. They're not offering him yet on the books because he's not in the lineup every day. If he gets put in the lineup, which I expect him to be in the lineup today versus a lefty, he is a power-hitting right-handed bat. If Max Fried hangs him one, this guy is taking him for a double or a home run. So I would look at his over 2.5 bases when they make it viable. Like I said, 7 of his 12 hits are doubles or home runs. So that's more than 50%. And they're going to give us some plus 140 or better on a guy who's struggling. So definitely some prop that I'd be looking at in that game. Now the last game, which is a game that I fucking want to just eat up like I eat me some BBWs. Chris Bassett versus Jordan Hicks. Chris Bassett, 2-1 with a 3 ERA this year. That's fucking good, guys. He has a career 3.45 ERA, and he's coming off of a bad start versus the Giants, who do smack right-handed pitching, and seen Max Scherzer the day before. This is what I need to start seeing maybe a little more often, but this might be bad for Bassett to come behind Max Scherzer. So they might need to put somebody in between, like a lefty or something, to throw them off to strike so many dominant righty, bro. Teams are getting adapting maybe by then, but maybe it was just the Giants who are a good hitting right-handed team. Like, I think he's a legit ace, and they have him as their 2-3 starter. Mets did good signing this guy. Cardinals this year versus righties are 17th average, 24th OPS. They are 22nd in walk percentage and 26th in strikeout percentage. They haven't been striking out, guys. His K prop is at 5+ -143. On Prize Picks, it's at 5.5. That's bad value. They're giving you -143 on the books at 5+. Prize Picks has him at 5.5. If anything, I'd look towards the under because that's going to be minus 200, guys, to hit a 6+ prop for Bassett, and that's going to be tough versus the team that doesn't strike out. I would look at Bassett's fantasy score over 29.5. I see a quality strike with a quality start with 5+ strikeouts. I do see the 5 strikeouts. He has been dominant, and I expect him to keep it going versus a team that struggles versus righties. They are way better versus lefties. Jordan Hicks, on the other hand, guys, he's an old closer turned starter to protect his health. And we've been on the no-run first innings with this guy once already. And shout out to the no-run first innings, guys. We are 5-0. 5-0 on this show, giving out no-run first innings. Some people say it's a coin flip. Some people call it lucky. I call it fucking with my eyes open, boss. Okay? I do this shit. I fucking do this shit, as my pops would say. But yeah, let's get into this guy, guys. He's been elite this game in 3 games this year. Miami's the only team that faced him that's a top 10 hitting team, and they got one run off of 3 innings versus Jordan Hicks. He hasn't gone more than 3 innings, and that was last time out. They've been opening him up, so I don't expect him to go past the 60 pitch mark at most. Even if he's cruising, I don't see that. Up until last night, the Cardinals had the top 3 bullpen. They have now dropped to the 8th. They got cracked in the 9th. Shit happens. That's baseball. I didn't see that coming, but I definitely did see the Brewers getting cracked in the 8th because I got that plus 500. I told y'all on the show there was no Williams. There was no Hader available. And when they pulled Burns, I grabbed me some of that shit, bro, and I cashed. But yeah, Jordan Hicks, guys, he's going up now versus a team that can hit righties. They are 17th in walk percentage, 30th in K percentage. They are not striking out. 3rd average, 5th OPS. That not striking out is averaging into their hitting stats, guys. They are humming on all cylinders. But wait, Sharpie, Michaelis just fucking threw his nuts on the table and dicked him around. That's something I told my buddy today, guys, too. Like, maybe they're a high-velocity basketball hitting team. This is something we need to take in effect so when they go against another soft toss and righty, to pump the brakes on them and watch and see. Because there may be trends starting to produce with this team, guys. Jordan Hicks is a high-velocity fastball fucking pitcher, guys. He is going to throw it, and I think he gets hit today for a good 2-3 runs versus this Mets team. And I think Bassett holds his own. And Mets pin, guys, they are middle of the pack, 15th ERA, 3 out of 7 games, blown saves. So nothing I would be looking at to back the whole fantasy score and normal because you want the win in fantasy score. But I don't think I need the win with Chris Bassett. I think he goes a solid 6 innings, 2 runs or less, and with 5 strikeouts, and he hits that without the win. So I expect a big game from Big Dog Bassett, like my Bassett hound over here, Petey. We're going to call Chris Bassett Petey the dog. Woo! So, yeah, Jordan Hicks, I think today you get hit. But, like I said, he's elite, guys. He does have elite stuff. Edman, guys, he's on a 10-game hit streak. 6 out of 10 of those games, he's had 2+ bases, and they have him at plus 141 on my bookie. Once again, there's just mad value in plus 141 and a guy who's hitting at a 60% clip his last 10 games on those 2+ bases. So that should be a minus 110. So plus 141, you will see a little bit of my money today. And another guy who's going to see some of my money. Francisco Lindor, he had a 4-game hit streak, came to an end last night. Yay! It came to an end. We love the ulfers on this show. We love a hot hitter who then doesn't go get a hit, guys. Because then what are we going to do? In the 2 games that he didn't get a hit, he then came back with a hit the next game, and he scored a run in both of those games. So I'd be looking at a Francisco Lindor scores a run prop today, and I'm also going to be playing his home run prop at plus 600. They have his 2+ bases at minus 164. This is a big ballpark, so I might just look at his 4+ bases instead of his home run prop. But that minus 164 at 2+ bases, it's going to hit. It's going to hit, but I ain't trying to bet no minus 164 fucking hitting props. Maybe that's a parlay piece if you like the parlay, guys. But that ain't for me. No. But you know what is for me? Prize picks, guys. So smash the fucking like. Shout out to the chat. I see you, Jay Peasy, my guy Nilo. So if you haven't already, smash the chat. Tell a friend about this show for me, please. Go on over to Prize Picks. Use promo code PubSports. It helps, guys. Everybody who uses our promo codes helps us. So help us because we help you, guys. We give you our bets on these programs. We ain't trying to sell you our packages, guys. I'm literally telling you what the fuck I'm betting, and I'm telling you what I'm betting on Prize Picks. So tail me, fade me, do what you want. Just use promo code PubSports over at Prize Picks or my bookie, guys. The promo code PubSports helps us, helps you. At Prize Picks, your first $100 can be match deposited up to $100. So $50 gets you 50, 25 gets you 25, but use the whole hundo, guys. Yeah, smack them, baby. And when we cash our tickets, use those hashtags. We be pubbing, baby. Shoo!